to the tail of Dandy, so it's a 4-rider group for 6th as opposed to a 3-rider group for 7th.
Yeah, and certainly it is heating up now in the final 3 laps, and you can see for Furasado that brave move around the outside into turn 10. He's going to be under attack going into turn 1 from Daniel Sharil.
Sharil exactly where he needs to be at the start of the longest straight on this Mandalika international circuit, capitalising on the slipstream. It's not as potent as it might be at some other circuits, and certainly even in Qatar from the season opener, but it is enough if you're on the tail of someone at the beginning of that straight to find your way through by the end of it. What it doesn't look like it's enough for is a last bend run off the final turn. It's a very short run to the line, so you're going to need to hold track position coming through that final turn 17. Yeah,
you need to make the move on the run into turn 15 on that last lap, maybe into the ever tightening 16 as well, but certainly it is a case of having to make the move nice and early to give yourself that chance. 2.5 laps to go, and we've seen Furasado keep a cool head through the course of the racing so far this weekend. We'll see if he's able to do the same in the last 2.5 laps. Irvi attacks straight down into turn 10. He's gone through.
Furasado Sharil up front. Quick word for Veda Pratama, just 12 years of age, the Indonesian youngster, fastest man out there last time around, a new fastest lap of the race as well, a 1:44.244. Dandy's got the gap down to Hongo to below a second, and Pratama is right with him. Now the two of them need to avoid fighting and scrapping if they want to get into podium contention. That is becoming a real group in the background of the shot. Mie, Hongo, Firdaus, Pratama, Dandy, Aditama and Fadila all covered by 2 seconds in the battle for the last of the podium places. We're watching the leaders swapping and changing, and behind them it's all about to kick off as well.
Yeah, and Pratama's made that move through on Dandy. He's also picked up 1.1 seconds on Firdaus, Honga and Gunmie on this lap as well, so he's really impressive. You can see that flash of what must be about 5 or 6 bikes in the background just fighting it out for that last
17,
spot.
the yellow helmet, Firdaus, the green helmet, the number 10, Pratama, the number 25, Dandy, the number 11, and Aditama is right there. And there's Fadila at the back of that group, having just set a new personal best lap last time around, a 1:44.359, to actually close in half a second on the riders around him. So we've got a real group from 3rd position all the way down to 9th. Incredible stuff. Best race of the weekend so far.
Yeah, 2 laps moves as well, a lot faster than the other riders in that group.
Yes, at this precise moment, we've got the same result as we would have had in the first 2 races of the weekend, but there's a very great chance that that will change between now and the end of the race. 1 lap and 1 sector to go. They're just coming into the 4th and final sector of lap 11, with Furasado defending against Sharil, a 1/10 of a second in it between them. 4 seconds the gap to Gunmie now, who sits in 3rd position ahead of Hongo, Firdaus, Dandy, Pratama, Aditama and Fadila, with Wakamatsu rounding out your top 10 for the record in a very separate group, 6.5 seconds further back. As for the leaders, Furasado defending position. He hasn't been allowing Sharil to make those moves over the last lap or so.
Yeah, 1 lap to go when they come across the line, so Sharil's going to have probably 3 more opportunities to try and make a move. We'll see if he makes the move before we get to turn 10. Turn 10 has been the favourite overtaking opportunity for everyone during the course of the weekend so far, so certainly for the number 21 and Daniel Sharil, probably best to keep your powder dry until turn 10.
Daniel Sharil then holding station behind Furasado. We saw him duck out of the slipstream pretty early down the straight. And talking about big moves, down the inside goes Hongo on Mie there into turn 1 for the final lap. Mie 3rd position, relieved of it anyway by Hongo, and then it's Firdaus and Dandy directly behind. And Dandy with Pratama, Aditama. I think Aditama might have made a position or 2 there as well on Fadila, who's directly behind. But back at the front, Furasado, 1/10 of a second his lead over Daniel Sharil. In control of this race or under pressure? We're about to find out. In towards turn 10. We've seen Sharil impetuous on occasions trying to get his moves done early, and it's then cost him because he hasn't made the braking zones. Is he going to get it stopped for turn 10? No, he isn't. Same again from Sharil. Over trying, desperate to find his way through, and I think that's good enough now for Furasado.
Yeah, Furasado now with enough in hand, so we turn to the battle for 3rd, and you can see now it's Aditama at the front of that group on the number 3 machine. It's actually Gunmie, sorry, on the number 5.
Yes, Aditama's 4th in that group as ducking through goes Hongo. Very close to the back of Gunmie. We're looking at the same podium trio that we've had in the opening 2 races of this weekend so far, but only if Gunmie can successfully defend 3rd. Firdaus, I think, picked off there by Aditama, so Aditama has made up a position, and now 3rd in that group, 5th in the race. Mie Hongo with Firdaus and Aditama scrapping for position, the 2 green helmeted riders helpfully together with one another on the circuit. Into the final turn then to make it 7 wins out of 7, an unbroken, unbeatable record in 2021, or is it? It's very close close over the line, but Furusato just about holds on. He is unbeaten in the 2021 Asia Talent Cup. Shireel with a third consecutive runner-up ranking this weekend. Gunmie again completes the podium, so the same podium that we've had in all three races of the Indonesian round of the Asia Talent Cup for 2021, but that's been the most entertaining of the three races, I would suggest.
Yeah, I have to say, for Daniel Shireel on the number 21 machine, that's 5 consecutive times he's followed home Furusato and really closely matched him, but he's come away with second place each time. And Furusato, he finishes the season as the maximum man, and 7 wins out of 7 shows just how strong he's been. But Daniel Shireel's actually done a really good job all the way through this ATC season. Gunmie finishes the season off third in the championship standings, 3 podiums here in Indonesia and 5 podiums for the season.
Heads off to the